Wow, what's happening, folks? We are posted like a mailbox. It's more official than a ref with a whistle. It is me, the G, already PG, and we have our very special guest, the man with unlocked everything you need, Cameron Keys.
Cameron Keys.
Gang, gang, bang, bang, bang.
Thank you for having me. This is amazing.
I'm glad you're here, sir.
Great.
So, my Instagram, if you guys do not know, it is at P. Diddy Bop. If you type in P. Diddy, then a B, you'll see a nigga that look just like me. And what's your Instagram, sir?
_Cameron Keys.
How do you spell that, Cameron?
_CameronKeys.
Now, I had an episode yesterday with Lisa Smith, and I told you guys about the dates I have for the shows already, but I'll tell you guys again if you did not know. Today is Wednesday, April 3rd. Saturday, April 6th, I will be at the Laughing Skull Lounge for the Joking Off battle at 5 p.m. April 9th, Tuesday, I'll be at the Laughing Skull Lounge again at 8 p.m. for the open mic.
Book, baby.
April 13th, I will be at the $1 comedy show at the Relapse Theater at 10 p.m. April 16th, I will be at the Uptown Comedy Corner for the International Comedy Show that evening. April 20th, I am at Urban Tree Comedy. I ain't never been there, but that's a 420 show, and that show also starts at 8 p.m.
420 shows.
Yeah. You know, I always thought about doing a real punny, corny-ass joke about the name of the place in the establishment, but I feel like somebody's already done that 100 times already.
Yeah.
Because I think it's
if it's in the moment, then hey.
I think it's Urban Tree Comedy or like Urban Tree Grind Comedy or something, like Urban Tree Comedy. So that's like when black people get high and tell jokes. Someone's gonna be like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
That's my hope, or somebody, no one says anything, and I'm just like, cool.
Yeah.
What shows you got covered up?
All right. April 17th, Nashville, coming to your city, Zayden's Comedy Club, and then April 20th, I'm at the Relapse Theater in Atlanta, the Basement Show, I think it is, and then the 28th, I'm in Charlotte. At the Comedy Zone with J.J. Williamson. And then it's for April, and then May 18th, I'm back at Relapse Theater. And then...
Me too.
That day? Yes, good. And then the 23rd through the 26th of May, Richmond, Virginia, at the Funny Bone. With J.J. Williamson. So, I mean, hey.
Hey, you know, ain't nothing major. Nigga just out here telling all the jokes to all the good folks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just trying to, you know, keep it going out here.
So what got you started in entertainment?
Man. Hey, my live ended.
You need that Wi-Fi?
I don't know why it ended. I think, is it a time limit?
Oh, it shouldn't be. Well, you might have to go to that Instagram TV thing. I don't know. I don't really.
We back on it. But yeah, what got me in? Okay, so I started stand up. I started right after high school.
Did you know you wanted to do comedy like while you was in high school?
Yeah, a little bit. People was telling me, "Oh, you can," because I've always been a funny person, I guess. So people was always like, "Yo, she started doing stand up." I'm like, excuse me. I was like, all right, well, I guess so. Tony Rock was coming to St. Louis, and I messaged him on Twitter and was like, "Yo, I'm coming to your show. I just graduated from high school. I want to start doing stand-up. I need some advice." And he was like, "Oh, okay, I got you. Come to the show tonight, give you some advice." So I was like, all right, so then I get to the Funny Bone. I see him, because the Funny Bone at the time in St. Louis, it didn't have a green room. You know what I'm saying? So he was just in the back, just sitting, just waiting for the show to start. So I went over to him. I was kind of nervous because there's somebody I've been seeing on TV for years. I used to watch him. He's at his show on TV, one called The Funny Spot. I used to watch that all the time. So I was kind of nervous. But my girlfriend at the time was like, "No, let's go over there. Like, he's just a human." And I was like, "You're right." So
You're right.
So then I went over there. I asked him, you know what I'm saying? But I told him, "Yo, who tweeted you earlier, need some advice, blah, blah." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I got you." He said, "Read every day, write every day." He said, "I don't care if you see a fat person walking across the street You know what I'm saying? And then, even if it's not funny, just still write about it. You know, so that kind of stuck with me. And then after that, I didn't start doing stand up though yet.
How long did it take you after that?
Like another month, because the next month I went on a cruise to Mexico, and it was a comedy club on the ship.
Of course.
And I went to the comedy shows on the ship, and I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. So I told my mama, hey, when we get back to St. Louis, I'm gonna start doing stand up, and I did. So
where'd you go first? Like performing?
The Funny Bone, Funny Bone, open mic, every Tuesday. But at first I was only going to that open mic, but then I said, if I really want to do this, I need to go to more than one open mic a week.
Right.
What am I doing?
It's like, I think everybody kind of did that. Well, for me, I went to the Laughing Skull Lounge first. But for me, I've never even been to a comedy club before I performed. Like, I've seen a couple stand-ups, but, I didn't, watch them shits.
Right.
And I didn't go anywhere else. Niggas like, oh, you ever been to this place? I'm like, nah. You ever been to this place? Nah.
Right.
They're like, why? Never heard about it.
Right.
I don't know how to get on. And when you're a new comedian, niggas can tell that you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, they can tell you're nervous, you got a little stutter in your step and shit like that.
Right.
But how long have you been doing comedy now?
4 years.
4? Like, just all the way? Like, some people did it, took a couple months off?
I never took time off. 4 years since I've been, as long as I've been in college.
I've known you for about a year now. Have you been like going to other places doing comedy since like you started? Or?
Yeah, so Atlanta was the first place I came to start doing stand up. So the first place I went is out of St. Louis was it? No, I think it was Dallas. I went to one like 2016. Went to Dallas for like a week and did couple open mics out there. I did well at this open mic. They got an open mic there they got a comedy club there called Backdoor Comedy. I don't really like the name.
it's
No, I don't like the name, but I did well at the open mic. They was like, oh yeah, come back for the showcase this weekend, which is the next day. So I came back, did the showcase and shit.
And you was like 2 years in at this point?
I was probably about a year in at this point, a year, yeah. And then I had came back to St. Louis, and then the next place I went out of town was, I think, Piere, Illinois. I had a show with Leonard Oots, it's my homie, and then my other friends, Vince Bryant, Reggie Edwards, and Stefan Hightower. We all had a show at the Jukebox Comedy Club.
This man just knows everybody.
Then the next place I came to was Atlanta, 2016. Me and my friends, we all came down here. We all expected to get on stage. That didn't happen. We all came to, it was 5 of us. We all came to Cats. We got the Cats at like 5 p.m. We made the list.
Sound like me every week.
We made the list.
Your pen, your paper.
And we thought that put it from St. Louis meant something. No. We all got bumped at 9 o'clock when the showtime started. Just sitting there. So that didn't work. We got on stage a couple times. Like a couple of us got on stage while we was here, but it was just a bump mission. But I came back. I just kept coming back. I came back the next year by myself. And then I came back the next year by myself. Started meeting people out here. Chris Set It Off Jones. That's one of the first.
Smokey.
One of the first people to take me and show me around and stuff out here. And then J.J. Williamson, also one of the first people to show me around and stuff. But really, like when I first got out here by myself, Chris was like, "Cameron, now look now. I remember when y'all came down." And
now look, motherfucker, I remember when y'all motherfuckers get down here, okay?
Yeah. He was like, I'm gonna show you around. So he took me different places. Got on stage at Bonfire. Got on stage at
I still like the Bonfire.
Huh?
I still like that.
Oh, you got the Bonfire.
Is that Ty Mills' room?
Yeah, yeah. I've been to Bonfire probably about three, 4 times on stage. Then when I came back, I finally got up at Cats. And then
How did that go?
It was good. It was good. But Maurice didn't remember me when I moved out here. Finally, Maurice didn't remember. I don't think he remembered me from. Cause I don't even think Maurice was there when I went up the first time. No, it was just Marcus Coles hosting. But yeah, so that's how I kind of started doing stand up, just trying to travel and
Is Atlanta harder to perform at than other places, like when you first show up type deal?
When you first show up, well.
Like, I mean, like, if you were not from Atlanta, I suppose, and you're traveling somewhere else, and then you come to Atlanta and try to get on stage, I'm assuming that'd be difficult, as opposed to if you're from Atlanta and then you go somewhere else and they find out you're from Atlanta.
Man, I don't even know, because I came down here not really knowing anybody besides Chris, and he kind of
already
helped me get on
connected.
stage. Yeah, he kind of helped me get on stage. But as far as like going places and getting on stage at like other places, I don't even know, because now that happened to me. I just went to LA for my spring break, and I ended up getting on stage at both of the places I wanted to get up at. But that's just because I knew people. That's because I know people who helped me. So it's just like, I don't know. But if I'm starting out, going somewhere, it's probably, just look up the open mics and stuff and email them. I just put in that effort. But I mean, it probably is.
Well, let me ask you this. What was the most memorable place doing comedy that's taken you?
Man, I just did a show.
He's smiling like he's like,
before I went to LA for my spring break, I ended up going with JJ Williamson. At first I was just going to Denver, just to watch. And I paid for my own ticket, I paid for my own hotel. I just wanted to watch this show that was gonna happen. It was JJ Williamson and Cedric the Entertainer. And I wanted to just watch. I even said on my Instagram story, like, if y'all see my Instagram,
I seen the story, yeah.
If y'all see my live, I'm like, man, I'm just here to watch. But when I get there, said manager there, and he like, you a comedian too? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, we'll give you a few minutes tonight if you want. He was like, but it's we just gotta see if you funny. And then when Sid came, he was like, yeah, we'll give you a few minutes. He said, now, do your thing. But then when we get to the club, Sid told the club manager in front of me, he said, now look, if you're not funny, then you go ahead and give him that light early. Which is understandable. Yeah. But I ended up doing well, so after the show, Sid was like, man, you can get up the second show if you want to. And I ended up getting on all 4 shows that weekend. So, yeah, man. So that was fun, man. That's probably the most memorable. Yeah. But then, I mean, I've also done other, so since that first initial meeting with Tony Rock, another memorable thing was this past summer in June, I think. I was after work. I was rushing. It was a Thursday. We having a Thursday show. A Thursday after work, I was rushing to the comedy. We got Helium Comedy Club in St. Louis. I was rushing to the comedy club. I finally got there. I got there just enough time to see Tony's performance. I ain't see the feature too much, and I was watching after the show. I was like, man, I just really want to see him again and just tell him, thank you, and for giving me that advice 3 years ago, whatever it was. And just let him know I'm still doing stand-up. I've had some headliners. I've been hosting and, doing my thing. But when I see him, we don't even talk about that for real. Like, I see him, the first thing he says is, hey, man, where I know you from? And I was like, well, I mean, we met in St. Louis like 3 years ago at the Funny Bone. I asked you about, advice, how I get started, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, yeah. He said, yeah. He said, what you doing this weekend? And I was like, man, I ain't doing nothing. I lied. I was supposed to be at work work all weekend. I said, I ain't doing nothing. He was like, oh, okay, well, we need a host. I need a host this weekend. It was like, you available? I was like, yeah,
I mean,
yeah, of course.
I can figure something out.
I didn't even say that. I told him,
Right.
look, he said, okay, good, be here on time tomorrow. And I was like, all right, bet. So that was the most organic way I got to have a weekend like that. It just happened, just stuff aligned and just, you know. So that's probably the one where it's like, okay, cause Tony booked me for that. I didn't even get booked by the comedy club.
Right, that's even better.
You know what I'm saying?
Because if he booked you or what have you, then they looking at you because they see that he approved.
Yeah, but that's all. Yeah, but the Helium was already my home club. I wasn't even. I was just expecting to just watch the show itself. So, thank you, Tony Rock. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Cedric Entertainer.
Tagging. Humble brag.
You know, that was a cool moment for me, man. Just doing those two moments, the most memorable probably. And then I hosted for Carlos and Bruce and DC Curry at St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And the first person I hosted for, I did not do well.
The first person you hosted for?
Yeah, for like that weekend, I don't think I did well. Was Ali Sadiq.
I've not seen any of his recent stand-up, but I heard that nigga's like fucking hilarious.
He's funny. He's
like,
funny.
Like it's hard to go on before or after.
He's funny.
Well, I was gonna ask you this, didn't mean to bring you up from so high to so low, Icarus, but what was your most memorable bomb?
Oh, my most memorable bomb. Okay, I had a show at a barbershop.
Like you were kind of ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, this was horrible. At
a barbershop?
Yeah.
Who else was there?
Other comedians and some people who I guess regularly get their hair cut.
Mm.
I was a barbershop / salon.
Oh, okay.
It was one of them. And I was doing my jokes. I'm doing my jokes. Doing my jokes, you know what I'm saying? Not really doing too hot. But I heard a girl, it was like this little makeshift bar, so they was selling alcohol at the barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, little TV stand, little
next
TV
to the
dinner
PS4.
tray. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It was snacks and everything. And I heard somebody phone, so I'm like, oh, you on Snapchat, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was a little low, just hearing people laughing. Man, this lady told me, nah, this a laughing app. I'm giving you some laughs. I said, oh.
Everybody started laughing.
A little bit.
She was playing a laugh track.
Embarrassed, bro. She was playing a laugh track. A laugh track, bruh. She played a laugh track.
I would have started sweating.
I was so embarrassed. It was one of them where you get up. I don't know if you had this yet, but it's one of them where you get off stage and you go straight to the car.
You don't shake nobody's hand.
Nigga, you don't
even
even blink no more. You just the whole way home, you crying but you ain't blinking.
Right. They just like Mitt from Paid in Full. You just in the car,
Yes.
Niggas just fucking deadbeat.
Yes, I was literally about, like I was sad for the rest of the night.
How long were you doing comedy when this happened?
Man.
Trying to find some grace.
I think it was maybe about a year and a half, 2 years in, maybe around that time.
I think everybody says this too, that at some point when you first start doing comedy, after a little while, then you start feeling yourself.
Yeah, it was one of them.
Right, for good reason. You're doing better than you've ever done before because you've never done this before. But then, your worst bomb is usually when you're feeling yourself the most. Like I was telling you, mine was at the Strand, Keith Vance was hosting. My fiance, everybody was there. My problem was I was too high.
Oh.
I was way too high. Like I got on stage and I was like, what up? No one even said hi back and that fucked me up. It was a room full of people and I was like, oh, everybody talking to me? Somebody was like, no. I was like, all right, bet. My name is Piere. It's French. Nobody had anything. I was like, oh, I literally felt sweat just coming down my face. I couldn't remember my backup joke, my intro, like my if this don't work, nothing that worked. And I don't even remember what I was saying. I just remember I looked down and I just saw sweat falling off of my nose when I was on stage. And I was like, is this thing on? And somebody was like, yes. And I was like, so these jokes are just trash. Somebody was like, yes. I was all right, bet. Well, here's a make some noise for your host, Keith Vance. And I said that Keith wasn't even in the room. So I had to stand on stage until he came back into the room. He came back in the room and gave him the mic, and he was like, bro, you okay? I was sweating. I said, nah. And I just walked straight out the comedy club, right outside to the front, lit a cigarette. I think Keith came up and went like this, bro. He goes, hey, bro, look, like, shake my hand. I don't want this to stop you from doing comedy. And I was like, yo, let me go, nigga. And he was like, but for real, it's okay, bro. It happens to everybody. And I was like, no, it's, bro. My fiance was like, babe, it's okay.
Yeah, it was one of them nights.
I don't think, well, I mean, yeah, that was pretty bad. It did hurt you a little bit. How did you recover from the laugh track?
He said, I just got on stage somewhere, like immediately. I didn't like the next night. I got on somewhere. I was like, you know what? I can't let this be the last time.
I can't go out like this.
No.
Did you ever go back to that barbershop?
No, I never been back.
I think you should go back to the barbershop.
Yeah.
Even if they remember you from last time. Oh, that's the thing we played the song for.
Oh man.
You need to just get it out your system. Do you still get nervous before you perform nowadays?
It's like a more of a anxious to get on stage. Not really nervous like I'm gonna get on stage. It's like I'm ready to get on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to get on stage now. It's one of them.
What was like one of the biggest shows you performed at or for? That you can think of.
At?
Like for example, like you ever been to like I've never performed like at a college. Like
I guess the biggest show I would do, I did just for the who it was would be the said show. I said.
Do you know how many people were there?
It sold out. All the shows sold out. But anytime I do a weekend with J.J. Williamson, it's just amazing too. So, man, just either one of them. I haven't really done any theaters or anything yet. So, just count me as of now.
Do you write or do you just kind of develop material as you go? Or both?
I write. But my writing, I got a weird writing style. I don't know.
Other comedians might understand what you're saying.
So, like, what I do is, like, I think of an idea. I don't write it down right away. I think of an idea, then I do it on stage a couple times. Like, I literally remember the way it's supposed to go. Then I do it on stage. I do it on stage. And then after that, I'll write, like, if it's good, then I'll, like, if it, like, when it gets some laughs or whatever, then I'll go write it down physically in, like, my notebook. But besides that, that's really, like, my writing style, I guess. Like, I don't really just go write and then
go try it.
No.
I don't know. I do that. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I have a lot of different conversations with people. If I say something and somebody, like, laughs or says something, I'll just be like, maybe I can do that. I'll write down, like, just a sentence or a phrase from that moment of what I said, and that'll make me remember what I want to say on stage. My problem is, I don't know, Will Foskey actually gave me some. You ever told a joke that you knew it was funny, but a lot of people don't understand it? He said, I did that once and I watered it down once, and he was like, don't ever do that. And I was like, why? He was like, if you have a diamond and you know how much it's worth, just because nobody can afford it, you shouldn't sell it any cheaper. And I was like, oh. He said, so if somebody's too dumb to understand like a clever joke, you should make fun of them for not being able to understand it. It was like, it's a corny ass joke. I don't tell it no more. It was like, what's the difference between, a chickpea and a garbanzo bean? They're both the same thing. And people were like, I don't know, like, I've never had a garbanzo bean on my face. I don't get it. I'm like, a chickpea on your face? That's what cum is. They're like, oh. I'm like, never mind. I don't tell that joke anymore. Like, some people get it. Nasty motherfuckers do. I forgot what I was going to ask you next. We already talked about the shows you got coming up as well. Oh, where are you going to be this week? Are you doing any open mics? Can't call it.
Nah, I might go. Janet Dallin got a new open show thing I'm gonna probably go to tonight. And then,
I was like, how long you in town for?
shoot, I'm here.
I'm about to say, Mellow Black has a Monday night room at 6-4. It's called Nick's Place, 645 Whitlock Avenue. That's a pretty dope, man.
I'm going to Jordan State, so I'm here.
Then
Yeah.
I'm probably going to Cats next week for an open mic. No, I'm not. I'm at Laugh and Skull Lounge.
I just emailed Ben. I need to get some. I need to get on them showcase. I need to figure out how to get on them showcase.
I'm gonna tell you, Cam.
God damn.
So
who know the secret?
So this is the unspoken, unknown secret. I have no problem telling niggas what I found out. Nobody knows exactly how to get onto the Best of Laugh and Skull Festival, or the Best of, even on the weekends. But Bob and Andrew George are the people who book it.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, Bob and Andrew George, they perform at, Andrew George mostly performs at a lot of different places. So it's literally kind of like how it is with Star Bar. You just have to do good a bunch of times, or do really good in front of one of them for one of them to consider one, like to ask you to go, that I think of. No one has said or confirmed this. I've asked people who have been on that and they haven't said anything.
Wow.
Right, and I'm like, so it's a secret. They're like, well, no, you just got to do good. I'm like, no, so it's either that or you have to work at the Laugh and Skull Lounge.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Look, that working at the comedy club never works.
Right, don't make you funny.
I did that. I worked at the Funny Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in St. Louis, I worked at the Funny Bowl for like 3 to 5 months, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. I got some little money. But as far as I still ain't been booked at the Funny Bowl in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying?
Stare at the camera. What was I gonna say? There's that, and apparently it's the other things that Laughing Skull Lounge does. Like, I didn't know about that joking off battle stuff that they do on Saturdays during the afternoon.
How'd you get on that?
Greg Barons sent me a message, and apparently he's the host. Now, a lot of people started booking me for shit. I'm not gonna lie. After Dedrick, I had a show for Dedrick with Dedrick Flynn and Mandel at 97 Astoria. I fucked that show up, and Dedrick was
That's
like,
what I heard. I need to get on the other side, man.
97 Astoria. That, like, and Dedrick, I thank you, Dedrick. He made a Facebook post and he was like, thank you to everybody that came out last night. And everybody that was on that showcase has been on like the Best of and shit like that. And I put my boot in that fucking ass. And he was like, y'all need to book Piere, Guyton, no bullshit. He ain't playing no games. And like 7 people hit me up like in like 10 minutes. And they were like, can you do this thing? Can you do this?
I know Dedrick. I need to hit him up.
Dude.
I need to get on there. How can I get on that?
97 Astoria?
Yeah.
Hit Dedrick, or you know Mandel too, don't it?
I know Mandel, but not as much.
Dedrick, man, hit Dedrick. So you want on or not? They do it every month on the third Wednesday, third or fourth Wednesday of the month. Yes, like Slick Star Bar packed. It's a good ass room too. I will say this: I've never done this to someone. Landon Laverius said it. I forget the word. He goes, "How does it feel to blank for somebody?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "When you do so good that nobody else can follow that." Because I went on, I think this chick was like Jenny Smith or Jenny O'Neill or something like that. She went up and she was like, well, my name's Jenny. It's white for Jennifer. Like,
That's funny.
Right, but that is a fire ass show to go to. What's it called? Oh, Lab's called Best of, yes. So there's that show, The Joking Off, and every other Thursday at 10 p.m. they do. It's Comedy Clubhouse is what it's called.
Yeah, I got to get on that.
It's that, The Joking Off, and keep coming to the open mics.
Is that you joking off this weekend? This week? I mean, not joking off
the Comedy Clubhouse. I believe it's on the 11th.
Okay.
It's either tomorrow or the 11th.
Got to get that.
Well, folks, we're about out of time here on Rated PG. Want to thank the homie Cameron Keys for coming through.
Yeah. You already know it.
You guys need to follow him at _ Cameron Keys. We got the keys, and I'll be black. If that's all right with you, keep it posted. You know how we do. Gang, gang, bang, bang, rated PG. Ah!